Welcome everyone to this live stream. So today we are going to talk about custom type design. So so basically we are going to recreate this one. I did this earlier, but I'm going to show you how to do this, and this is very simple. You just have to. It's a matter of blending, contour, and artistic media. So before we start doing this, I'm just going to show you the concept of contour. So contour is, for example, I'm going to type in my name here, and I'm just going to select, make it the same font as this one. So if I want to make a contour, I'm just going to go to this contour tool, and then I'm going to go outside, click outside, and it goes like that, right? And then you can adjust the thickness of the contour by changing the values here. I'd say, for example, 0.5, and yeah, so that's like that. So a contour is different from the outline. Okay, the contour is better when you're doing this kind of effect than the outline, because the outline you cannot break the outline apart. So when you have a contour like this, I'm just going to uh, you can break this down, right? So you go to objects and then break contour apart. So once you break a contour apart, you can separate the contour, right? And Control Z to undo. So so that's why it's perfect for this kind of text, right? So, and also if you go to view wireframe, it's actually a vector image. It's not like an outline that it's just a line with with a visual thickness, right? So so that's the concept of it. So if I'm going to color this, say I'm going to color this blue like this, right? And then another thing too that I'm going to show you is, say for example, I'm going to make this black. Since this contour is already separated from the text, I can duplicate it. So plus sign your keyboard, and then I can move this, say like this, right? And then the good thing here is you can actually blend these two. So you click on this first contour and then hold down shift to click on the duplicated contour, and then you can go to effects and then blend, and then you can click on, say, 20 steps and then click on apply. Okay, so there's a 3D effect now, and you're not stuck with that one because you can still move it. So if you click on the duplicated contour, you can move it around, and then you can adjust where you want the text thickness, right? So that's what I'm going to show you later on. I also want to show you the artistic, sorry, what do you call it? Artistic media. So for example, you have a line here, you've got a line there, and then you want to create an effect that it's like calligraphy effect, right? Let's make this curve so that we can right mouse click, and then I'm gonna curve it. So I'm gonna make it like this so that you would appreciate the calligraphy effect. So you've got like this, and then you go to your artistic media, and then you go to your brush, right? And then all of these ones are presets. You can use these presets. Say for example, I want this kind, see? And then you can also change the thickness, and you can also change the color. So that's great, especially when you're, say for example, I'm just gonna do a freehand sketch here. So for example, you are going to, just create an eye like this. Let's just say like that. I'm gonna delete this one. Okay, this eye, and I'm just gonna duplicate this and then mirror it, and that's an eye. Anyway, so I'm gonna select all, right? And then you go to your artistic media, and then you can make it like a sketch, right? And you can color it. That's actually great because if you just like create lines and then you want like a like a drawing effect, you can also do that. And if you go to view wireframe, it's actually all vector image. Means to say you can, it's high resolution. Even you zoom in, it's really high resolution. Okay, so I'm gonna close this one, and I think that's my intro for today. So now let's go into this this CorelDraw text that we want to recreate. So first of all, I used a font named Billion Dreams. So it's from thefont.com. I'm gonna put in the description below where to get it. It's a free font. So I'm going to put it here. I'm gonna type it in here. So I'm just gonna go side by side, and I'm gonna extend this one. Okay, so I'm gonna type in CorelDraw here. So CorelDraw, and I'm gonna enlarge it. And you know what? I'm going to move this over here. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now just gonna put it here. Okay, so I'm gonna make it this same font as that one. So let's analyze this first. So it looks like this one is contoured, right? And then there was a blending, separate the contour first, and then duplicate it, and then offset it somewhere here, and then this was blend here, right? And then this one was another contour, the color reddish here, and then it was offset down a bit. And this one too, the blue lines here are, I think, yeah, I used artistic media for that one. Okay, so now let's go to my, okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is make this white, and I'm going to do a contour, right? So you click on your contour, and then once you click on contour, you are going to click on outside contour, and then one step only, because we only want one contour, and then this is the thickness of the contour. So say I'm happy with this, okay, say I'm okay with that one, and then what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to but before doing anything else, I can make this black first. Go here and then go black. Okay. I'm gonna break this apart so that I can separate the font or the text and the contour. So you go to objects and then break contour apart. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to copy this, the text and the contour. So Control C to copy, and then I'm going to create page 2. Okay, let's just say I'm gonna delete this first. Okay, in order to create another page, make sure you're inside the page. So I am inside the page here, right? So I'm going to click on this plus sign here. So then this is page 2, this is page 1. So I'm gonna paste the object that I copied. So and then I'll go back to here. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate the contour. Make sure you're selecting contour, not the text. So plus sign in your keyboard, and then bring it down. So now it's really up to you where you want to place your what do you call this? The effect, the hard drop shadow effect. And then now I'm going to, because we want to make it straight here, illusion that it's like it's not it's not just duplicated, but it has like depth, right? So that's why we want to blend these two. So click on this one, okay? Or if you want, you can go to view and then wireframe so you can see. So it's this one and this one actually, right? Now for the people who don't want the wireframe, let's just go to enhance. So click and then hold down shift and then click the other contour and then go to your effects and then blend. So I placed 20 here, but it's up to you. But I think the more steps the better, so that you can't see the steps, right? So I'm gonna click on apply and take a look closely, especially in this part. When I click on apply, right? So now it creates a more realistic effect, right? So now, like I showed to you earlier, you can still adjust, right? But I think the previous one is good. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And then now if we go to the original here, let's create this magenta color. Okay, so we are going to we're not going to do that here. We are going to do it in the other page. Okay, let's go to page 2. So in order to create that magenta color, like a highlight, so you click on this. I just want to check if this is already separated. Okay, so this is already separated from the font, from the text. Okay, again, plus sign in your keyboard, and then you move this offset just a little bit, right? And then we're gonna color it magenta. Okay, but this one we need it to back, right? So control, it's shift page down. Shift page down is to back, right? So see this magenta, that's the only thing we want, right? Now in order to get that, we are going to select the black contour line and then hold down shift and then select the magenta, and then we are going to click on front minus back. Okay, front minus back. So click on that. See that illustration there? Click on that and oops, sorry, Control Z. It should be back minus front. Yeah, back minus front. That's right. Yeah, it has to be back minus front. Click on that and yeah, so that's the only thing we need, right? So we are going to remove this text because that's the text that just gonna show you. That's the text, but we don't need that, so I'm gonna delete that. So this is the only thing that we need, right, for the highlight. So I'm gonna copy this one. So Control C to copy, and I'm going to go back to my page 1. Since I copied it at the right position, when I paste it here, it's gonna paste it on top of this, this text here. So Control V to paste. Take a look, right? So that looks good. So now let's look at the original, and then it has this kind of like highlight, stylized highlight. So what I did there is I used lines, the Bezier tool, and then I changed it to artistic media. So let's start with this highlight here. So I'm going to go to my Bezier tool and I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click here, and then I'm just going to shape it like this. I mean, it doesn't need to be exact. This is just like highlight effect, right? And I'm going to go to my pick tool again and click on Bezier tool. Now I'm going to give you a shortcut here. So say, because when you're doing the Bezier tool, right, because you're going to do a lot of that. So say, for example, click here and then here and then click here again, right? Now I'm going to go back again and then click another one because it's not going to be continuous Bezier. So the shortcut key of that is the space. You double click on your space bar, and it will go back to the last or to the previous command that you did, which is the Bezier tool. So double click in spacebar, and then click again. All right, double click spacebar. Okay, so we're gonna just fix that later. So double click spacebar. Okay, double click here, probably here, and click there. Double click spacebar. Yeah, so that shortcut, double click on the spacebar, that's really helpful. Then, going back here to the pick tool and then the Bezier tool again. So double click here. Okay, double click again. We're almost done. And the last one would be this, and there. Okay, so now we're going to test one first and then see how it looks like, because we're going to follow this kind of style. So I'm going to go to to this line first, and then I go to my artistic media, and then make sure you choose the paintbrush. And then we're gonna choose, I think I chose this one. Click that. And of course it went bigger because it's 0.14. So we can make it smaller. But the calligraphy effect is already there, right? Which is nice. Okay, so 0.3 is the smallest. So I think 0.3 is good. And then say we're going to make it the same color as this one here, as the background. Okay, so since we already know that this works, so I'm going to select all the lines. So I'm just gonna go create a window here, right? Because that's all the lines, right? Control Z. So I'm going to go to my artistic media, and then I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to 0.03. And then I'm going to select this one, which is the color of the background. And then you can just edit some things, like for example this one. We're gonna edit, so we're gonna edit this line here. Go to your shape tool. Oh, I guess I can't do it anymore, but you can convert to curves. So go to objects and then convert to curves, and then you can go to your shape tool, which is this one here. Shape tool, and then you can just make this straight, I guess. Yeah, and then move it like this. Or if you're not happy with that, you can just do the curve again. I better do the curve again so it's faster. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna go to my artistic media, 0.4, and that, and that's all. And then if you look at it, it looks really nice. I mean, it's a custom font. Yeah, so that's all for now. It's very easily done in CorelDraw, and I hope you liked it. I hope you had you learned a lot of things, like doing contour, doing the blend effect to make this, this style of this, the thickness of the letters, and also the thing that I showed you is to create page 2. I mean, after this one, you can just delete this page. That's also a good. I mean, I can do it in the page one but since there's a lot of objects in page one, it's better to do it in page two because you only see the two elements, right? The contour, and so you can do stuff here as long as you copy it and then paste it at the same, because it's gonna paste at the same position that you cut it in. So I'm just gonna delete this, and I hope you like it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you subscribe, you have to make sure that you turn on the notification button, a bell, so that you can be notified. And if yeah, and then if you like it, just give me a like, or you can comment. That would be great. And I will see you tomorrow for another great tutorial. Bye for now.